I don't think there is one, because there are so many type of games. Some games, to some games, the success comes from the pure fun you get out of them. So it's mostly about the mechanics, the challenge aspect. But you can go to other games, the success comes from the emotion you get out of it, either from the narrative, and doesn't necessarily relate on the mechanics and the way how it plays. So I think it depends on the type of game. But if you look for a common thing between the two, I would say engaging the player, making player care, giving him enough reasons to care about the game, either emotionally, either in terms of instinct. So I guess it depends on the game, but it's all evolves around the idea of engaging the player or the user. I would say it's with the speed at which things are changing. It's to me, there's what's unique with the phase we're in. There's a very high level of unpredictability. It's very hard to predict, and the proof of that, you look around, some successes from today weren't necessarily predictable a few months ago. There are some predictable parts. I think anything that's related to engaging the players at an emotional level. So people will still care about immersive worlds, worlds that you can relate to. But there are some other genres or some game parts or game features that aren't necessarily predictables, because it depends on many factors. We already see some areas with potential. There is VR, AR, probably streaming in the future. I guess all those areas are still to be proven, to see the first outputs. That's in terms of the form, but in terms of the substance, we see more and more interesting topics that are addressed into games that are becoming more and more in par with what you can see in the movies and on the TV shows. Something that was, if you go back maybe 10 years or 20 years back, the maturity wasn't there. Maybe the market wasn't there either. But we can see more and more games that players can relate to, because they speak about the world of today. They speak about the topics of today. I guess with the emergence of accessible tools, accessible knowledge, and also a good amount of maturity in the gaming process. Obviously, we saw the emergence of indie games, and we see the quality of those games are increasing year after year. So I think it's enriching. It enriches the portfolio of the games available at the industry level. It's also complementary to the big budget games. I think both are inspiring to each other. I just think it enriches the ideas and the different concepts of games possible within the industry. I think it goes back to the key things I mentioned. Perseverance, starting with the foundations, which is something that's not always easy. If you are in the art department, learn about anatomy, perspective, color theory, lighting theory. And then obviously, yeah, you do the your modeling, you do your texturing and all that, but have the foundations built in parallel, and obviously work hard as hard as possible, and persevere. So. Obviously, it's going to be Fly, definitely. I love exploring new things and seeing new things, and I guess Fly is most likely to get me that more than, yeah, maybe Strength. If I tear down walls or to see what's behind, but no, obviously it's definitely Flying.